Good morning. It is 7 a.m. on a Thursday. Way too early to be awake. I'm not a morning person. And I was in the shower this morning just thinking about all the mouths that I had to feed today. And this happens every year about this time. It's real easy to sit down with a pad and paper or a spreadsheet and to plan out the year and say, okay, we'll hatch some chicks. We'll hatch some chicks in February, and then we'll hatch some more chicks in March and April, and then we can replenish our flock. And then we're already hatching chicks. Why don't we get broiler chickens? And why 50? Why not get 100 or 150? It all works out on paper, and it sounds really good in January when there's nothing to do. Now it's April, and I have chickens all over my yard. I have 140 something in here. I have about 25 newborn chicks upstairs. I have 9 in a tractor in the garden that are 4 or 5 weeks old. And then I have another 8 in another tractor that are 9 weeks old. Plus the rabbits. And this is all in my backyard. The rest of the chickens are at the farm, and we've got 50 or 60 laying hens and a couple roosters at the farm. So this time of year is a hard time for Amanda because she works a lot in the spring up until tax day. And so this is the time where everything's hatching. She also has a new baby this year, so we decided I would do all of the chick hatching and the early chick raising so that she could focus on her own baby and her job. That's fine. But so I was thinking about this in the shower this morning. I always have deep thoughts in the shower, and I'm trying to remember everything that I was thinking without rambling, but I was dreading coming out here. And then I realized this is why I love farming so much. And really, everything is seasonal, and really life is seasonal too. We don't realize it if we get in the rut of going to the same job every day, doing the same thing every day. You don't realize that life is seasonal. But when you're raising animals and when you're growing your own food, you have to live by the seasons. So in January we had nothing. We had an empty freezer, and all I could think about was chicken and eggs for the rest of the year to last through the next winter. And at that point it was great. Let's get 150 chickens. And then now that I'm knee deep in chickens, I'm questioning that. But I know logically that we'll only have these for a couple months. So this season of life feels difficult. And then I was thinking about how that's just like our children. You know, I have 2 kids, and I went through childbirth once, and then I had this baby that needed me every second of the day, and then I did it all again. You would think after you go through that experience of being completely dominated, I don't know, having to spend every moment going through the pain of labor, and then having to spend every moment caring for this child. Why would anyone do that more than once? Well, I guess I've done that twice now, and every season we have a whole bunch of other babies that we care for. And I'm just thinking towards July when all the chicks are grown and they don't require attention 3 or 4 times a day, and we have a freezer full of food. On top of the chickens, we also have the garden. So I worked in the garden all day yesterday, and that is also very labor intensive. But it's labor intensive one part of the year, and you work really hard and you put into it, and then you can take out of it for several months after that. So I guess, I don't know, my point is, I go through this every year, and I'm just so glad that I can put in the hard work and see the reward. And I hope that more people are able to do that. And raising our own food has really made that all very clear to me. So, end of ramble. Now I have to go. So it's a school day. We homeschool, but we do go to a class once a week, 24 weeks out of the year. So, you know, not real intense. But most days I can sleep in as late as I want. On Thursdays, I have to be up at 5 a.m. We need to leave the house by 8:30. I have to be up at 5 to take a shower, get dressed, do anything I want to do for myself has to happen first. Then I go around and feed all the animals, and that's another 30 minutes to an hour. Now it's an hour because there's so many. Then I have to feed my kids and make sure we have everything packed to go and get all ready to go. So if we're going somewhere, we need to be there by 9. I have to get up at 5. Maybe this is normal. Maybe this is what people do every day when they have kids going to school and they're going to work, whatever. But for me, I like to sleep until I wake up, and then we start our day, and it's very laid back. So Thursdays are kind of stressful for me. So I've already been up for an hour and a half, and I've just finished feeding all the animals, and now I need to go feed my kids. So, have a good day. See you next time.